The Urban Renewal program has been a key focus of government and community initiatives to improve infrastructure, housing, and social conditions in urban areas, particularly in New Providence and Grand Bahama. The program, originally launched in 2002, has played a significant role in addressing issues such as poverty, crime, and inadequate housing in inner-city communities. Decades later, the Urban Renewal Authority was established to take the program to a new level. In studio to discuss the way ahead of the program is Managing Director Stephen Dean. Welcome to What's Trending, Mr. Dean.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Great to have you with us. So first, let's talk about the core objectives of the program now under the authority.
Well, I'm pleased to say that the authority is, after years of pushing for it, you know, I was there from the beginning in 2002, and to see it come to reality, it's really a joy to be here. The objectives, we are hinging on the objective from the original objective, which was to look at those disadvantaged communities, to help people, to uplift people, to help those who are in need, the jobless persons, the elderly, the young people, to give them a spirit of hope, to give them a spirit that they can be a part of what is happening in our lovely country. And I can tell you, based on all the years, and even now, we have a re-energized energy now. Now that we have a legislation which said that we can go forward with it, we could push it. Nothing can change this. Nothing can change this. This is legislation, not in law. So we have the feet. We already have a board, a constituted board of Urban Renewal, very diverse professionals from the Bahamian society. And so we are led by the Honorable Algernon Allen, Right Honorable Algernon Allen, and Dr. Diana Francis. They're the two key people of the board with other distinguished persons. I can tell you that the Urban Renewal, we looked at how we can give children hope, children who might be in some troubled communities, children who might be going at risk. How do we turn their lives around? How do we provide that hope? Because in some cases, the people in our offices and the persons working there will have to be the surrogate parents, replacing. How do we replace children with hope as the leaders in those communities, replace those leaders from the criminal elements, who seems to be the Robin Hood in some of the communities, and give them hope that there are other person they can look up to.
So what are some of the new challenges or focuses now as an authority? Like you say, it's going to be similar to what you did in the past, but obviously a greater reach, I would imagine.
Yeah, it'll be a greater reach. The authority will be able to raise funds. We have a foundation. We'll be able to raise funds. We'll be able to focus. We'll be able to even help community organizations. There are a number of organizations out there in our communities. We'll be able to assist them. The whole thing is not to take over. We are not to come into communities and say we're running something new. There are some successful programs that have been. Where is the feeding program? Where is the boys club? Where is the girls club? Where is the seniors club? We are here to partner with that, and also with other civil organizations like Rotary, Kiwanis, Zonta. We'll be partnered with them. You know what I'm saying? Rather than pushing, because what we found, Church A and community might be running a soup kitchen. Why don't we just go and help them? Because we try to run a soup kitchen, someone else trying to run it, bring the community together. The whole thing is bringing the community together.
So how will the organization work to address youth development and crime prevention?
Well, we are looking now, we have taken preparatory steps to look at a whole comprehensive youth program, what we will call, we mirrored it after the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is very, very successful. And so we looked at, in that youth organization that we looked at launching, it will captivate anything we young, the at-risk youth, the suspended youth from school, the youth who want to be the high flyers in school, after school homeworks. We have already instituted in that a dance academy. We have already started along that line. So we have a sporting program for young men. So we are looking even at those young persons that fall foul of the law, who might have criminal records. How do we help them? How do we give them opportunity? How do we tie them into the BTVI? How do we give them opportunities? How do we speak on their behalf to business person to give them a second chance? We're looking at a second chance program too for our young people.
So then how was the community play a role in shaping these initiatives that you're now introducing?
Excellent question. What we have done already, we have instituted what we call advisory boards in the community, advisory committees And we have about, in New Providence, we have 14 urban renewal centers. What we have in there is 14 advisory committees. And each one of those committees consists of leaders in the community, whether they are from the church, the business, social, wherever. The elderly, young person, a mixture. They meet with the urban renewal teams in those communities to decide on programs which is best for the community.
Yes, that sounds good. So what strategies are in place to ensure that the projects remain sustainable going forward?
Well, as we're just becoming an authority, so we are doing a SWOT analysis of what exists. And so we look at our strengths, our weaknesses, and as the case may be, to move on forward. And once we determine where we at right now, then we can look at putting controls in place, putting checks in place, have a strategic plan that we can do measuring. How do we measure the success of our program? How do we analyze our program? How do we see how we could tweak it as we move along? And so that's what we are doing. So we might have a plan for a program for a 5-year plan or 3-year plan, but every quarter we will be checking it to see if it's working, what we need to do to move it forward.
Oh, Mr. Dean, we thank you so much for joining us on What's Trending today, and we wish you and the Urban Renewal Authority the greatest success.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. Urban Renewal is going to be a success.
No doubt. Thank you again.
A pleasure.
Well, stay with us. So much more after the break.